Hello my dear cute subscribers. Welcome back to the only channel that treats corporate office politics with the seriousness it deserves. Absolutely none whatsoever. Today, we're diving into the top 15 ways to be the best ideal business analyst or manager, which, let's be honest, is just a fancy way of saying how to survive the soul-crushing labyrinth of office dynamics without losing your sanity. It's like the Hunger Games, but with spreadsheets instead of bows and arrows. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy navigating the treacherous waters of corporate politics with a smile. Because remember, laughter is the best medicine, especially when the alternative is setting your TPS reports on fire. Now, understanding the organizational structure of your company might seem as appealing as reading the phone book, but trust me, it's crucial. Think of it like this. You wouldn't wander into a pride of lions without knowing who the alpha is, would you? No, you'd probably bring them a sacrificial zebra, or at least a decent bottle of wine. Similarly, in the corporate jungle, you need to identify the key players, the decision makers, the ones who control the budget for office snacks. These are your alphas. Knowing who holds the power will help you navigate the treacherous waters of office politics. Because let's be honest, sometimes it feels like we're all just trying to avoid getting eaten alive. Listen, I get it. Sometimes when Brenda from Accounts Payable starts talking about her cat's irritable bowel syndrome, you just want to crawl under your desk and die. But here's the thing, listening is a superpower. And no, I'm not talking about the kind of listening you do when someone's offering you the last slice of pizza. I'm talking about active listening, the kind that makes the other person feel heard and valued, even if you're mentally calculating how many vacation days you have left. Why is this important? Because when you actually listen to people, you'd be surprised what you can learn. You might even discover the secret to Brenda's legendary chocolate chip cookie recipe, which, let's be honest, is worth its weight in gold in the office barter system. So, the next time someone corners you at the water cooler, put down your phone, make eye contact, but not too much, you don't want to look desperate, and listen. You might just learn something useful, or at the very least, you'll perfect your "I'm totally paying attention" face. In the immortal words of Sun Tzu, keep your friends close, your enemies closer, and your snacks closest, because nobody trusts a hangry coworker. Okay, maybe Sun Tzu didn't actually say that last part, but he should have. The point is, building relationships is crucial in the office. You want to be the person everyone likes, the one who brings in donuts on Fridays and remembers birthdays. But don't be fooled into thinking that everyone in the office is your friend. This isn't kindergarten, and those aren't friendship bracelets. They're just passive-aggressive reminders about project deadlines. Keep your enemies close, but keep your snacks closer. A strategically placed bowl of candy on your desk can be a powerful tool. It's like a bribe, but tastier. And remember, the person who controls the snacks controls the office. Look, we've all been there. You're in a meeting, your boss asks you a question and your mind goes completely blank. It's like your brain decided to take a vacation without telling you. That's why it's crucial to always have a backup plan. Think of it like this. You wouldn't leave the house without wearing underwear, would you? Unless you're into that sort of thing, in which case you do you. Your backup plan is your safety net, your parachute, your get-out-of-jail-free card. It's what you fall back on when everything else goes wrong, because let's face it, in the corporate world, things will inevitably go wrong. So, whether it's having a backup presentation on your laptop, a list of talking points memorized, or just a really good excuse to leave the meeting early, always be prepared. You'll thank me later. The art of saying no without actually uttering the dreaded N word. It's a skill that can save you from countless hours of unnecessary work, awkward social obligations, and existential dread. Think of it like this. You wouldn't tell your boss, "No, I won't finish that report by tomorrow," would you? Unless you have a burning desire to update your resume, probably not. Instead, you'd say something like, "That's a great idea, but due to the current workload and the impending zombie apocalypse, I might need a little more time to ensure it meets the highest standards of excellence." See? No necessary. It's like magic, but with more jargon and fewer rabbits. Remember that time when you totally saved the day by single-handedly fixing that major project crisis? No? Well, neither does anyone else because you didn't document it. Listen, I know documentation might seem about as exciting as watching paint dry, but trust me, it's important. Think of it like this. If Shakespeare were a business analyst, his plays would be memos, his sonnets would be spreadsheets, and his love letters would be detailed project timelines. Documentation is your friend, your ally, your proof that you actually do stuff at work. So, next time you accomplish something, no matter how small, write it down. You never know when you might need to whip out your trusty accomplishments binder to defend yourself against a passive-aggressive comment or a performance review. In the cutthroat arena of office politics, alliances are your currency. Think of it like this. You're on a reality TV show, but instead of competing for $1 million, you're competing for a slightly larger cubicle and the coveted corner office with a window. You need to choose your allies wisely. Look for people who share your goals, your values, or at least your love of office gossip. But remember, alliances are a two-way street. You scratch their back, they scratch yours, and everyone pretends to like the birthday cake that Brenda from Accounts Payable brought in. It's a symbiotic relationship built on mutual benefit and, well, a healthy dose of fear. Office gossip. It's the lifeblood of water cooler conversations, the fuel for passive-aggressive emails, and the quickest way to ruin your reputation faster than a spilled cup of coffee on a Monday morning. Look, I get it. Gossip can be tempting. It's like a delicious forbidden fruit that whispers promises of insider information and scandalous secrets. But here's the thing. Gossip is like playing with fire. It might be fun to watch things burn for a little while, but eventually, you're going to get burned. So, the next time you find yourself about to indulge in a juicy piece of office gossip, take a deep breath, put on your best "I'm above such petty matters" face, and walk away. Or, just smile and nod politely while mentally cataloging every detail to share with your best friend later. The corporate world is like a giant game of chess, only instead of wooden pieces, you're dealing with people's egos, ambitions, and, let's be honest, questionable fashion choices. Understanding the power dynamics is like knowing which pieces are the most valuable and how to use them to your advantage. The CEO might be the king, but remember, the queen is the most powerful piece on the board. She can move in any direction, take down anyone in her path, and she always looks fabulous while doing it. Identify the queens in your organization. They might not be the ones with the fanciest titles, but they're the ones who get things done. Align yourself with them, learn from them, and maybe, just maybe, one day you'll become a queen yourself. In the game of office politics, knowledge is power, and the less people know about your hand, the better. Think of it like this. You wouldn't walk into a poker game and immediately reveal all your cards, would you? Unless you enjoy losing all your money and being laughed at by your friends, probably not. The same principle applies in the office. Keep your cards close to your chest. Don't reveal your strategies, your weaknesses, or your secret stash of office supplies. The element of surprise is your friend. Use it wisely. Let's face it, the office can be a tense place. Deadlines loom, projects go awry, and Brenda from Accounts Payable keeps bringing in her tuna casserole for lunch. It's enough to make anyone want to scream into the void. But before you unleash your inner rage monster, consider this. Humor can be your secret weapon. A well-timed joke, a witty observation, even a strategically placed meme can lighten the mood, diffuse tension, and make you the most popular person in the office, at least until the donuts arrive. But a word of caution, office humor is a delicate dance. What's funny to one person might be offensive to another. So unless you want to be known as that guy or that gal, it's best to err on the side of caution. Stick to safe topics like traffic, the weather, or the existential dread of working in a cubicle for 40 hours a week. In the fast-paced world of business, being reactive is like showing up to a party after all the good snacks are gone and everyone's already doing the Macarena. You're always one step behind, playing catch-up, and desperately trying to avoid getting hit in the face with a rogue glow stick. Being proactive, on the other hand, is like being the one who brings the snacks, chooses the playlist, and sets the dance floor on fire. Not literally, of course, unless that's your thing. Anticipate problems before they arise. Offer solutions before anyone even knows there's an issue. And watch as your colleagues marvel at your ability to predict the future, or at least next week's meeting agenda. Let's face it, the office is full of battles waiting to be fought. From passive-aggressive emails to stolen lunch from the communal fridge, it's a minefield of potential conflicts. But here's the thing, you can't fight every battle. You'd be exhausted, stressed, and constantly surrounded by enemies and probably covered in tuna casserole. Choose your battles wisely. Ask yourself, is this issue worth my time and energy? Will winning this fight actually benefit me in the long run? If the answer is no, let it go. Remember, not every hill is worth dying on, especially if that hill is made of paperwork, deadlines, and Brenda's passive-aggressive sticky notes. The corporate world is constantly evolving. New technologies emerge, management trends come and go, and Brenda from Accounts Payable finally retires, although rumors persist that she haunts the break room, muttering about spreadsheets and her cat's digestive issues. To survive and thrive in this ever-changing environment, you need to be adaptable. Embrace new ideas, be open to learning new skills, and don't be afraid to challenge the status quo. Unless the status quo involves free donuts, in which case, leave it well enough alone. Remember, the only constant is change, and the ability to adapt is what separates the winners from the ones who are still trying to figure out how to use the new coffee machine. Look, I'm not going to pretend that the corporate world is all sunshine, rainbows, and ethical decision-making. It's a tough place, and sometimes it feels like you have to compromise your values to get ahead. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, you have to be able to sleep at night. And I don't know about you, but I sleep a lot better knowing that I haven't stabbed anyone in the back, thrown anyone under the bus, or stolen anyone's lunch, at least not recently. So yeah, the corporate world might be a jungle, but that doesn't mean you have to become an animal. Stay true to yourself, be kind to others, even Brenda, and maybe, just maybe, you'll come out of this whole thing with your soul intact, or at least a decent severance package. Well, folks, there you have it. 15 tips to help you navigate the treacherous but often hilarious world of corporate office politics. Remember to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and be sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future wisdom, or at least mildly amusing observations from yours truly. Keep analyzing, keep managing, and remember, in the game of office politics, you either win or you work from home. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go practice my I'm not totally freaking out breathing exercises before my next meeting.